Hard by a great forest dwelt a poor woodcutter with his wife and his 2 children. The boy was called Hansel and the girl Gretel. They had very little to bite or to sup. Once, when great scarcity fell on the land, the man could no longer procure even daily bread.
Early tomorrow morning, we will take the children out into the forest to where it is the thickest.
The 2 children had also not been able to sleep for hunger and had heard what their stepmother had said to their father.
Hansel got up, put on his little coat, and crept outside. The moon shone explicitly. The white pebbles which lay in front of the house glittered like real silver coins.
At daybreak, the woman came and awoke the 2 children, saying, "Get up, you sluggards! We are going into the forest to fetch wood."
Character in image 1, however, had not looked at the kitten, but had been looking back to drop the white pebbles on the road. When they had reached the middle of the forest, character in image 1 said, Now, children, wood."
Hansel and Gretel sat by the fire, and when noon came, each ate a little piece of bread, and so they fell asleep.
When the full moon was risen, Hansel took his little sister by the hand and followed the pebbles which shone like newly coined silver pieces. They walked the whole night long, and by break of day came once more to their father's house. Not long afterwards, there was once more great scarcity in all parts. Hansel tried to go out to pick up pebbles, but the door was locked. Therefore, as they went into the forest, he took his piece of bread and crumbled it in his pocket, and often threw a crumb on the ground.
But when the moon rose, they did not see any crumbs, for the many thousands of birds which fly about in the woods had picked them all up. They walked the whole night and all the next day too, but they did not find the way out of the wood, and they were very hungry. Then they saw a beautiful snow-white bird sitting on a bough. It flew away, and they followed it.
Suddenly, they came to a little house built of bread and roofed with cakes, and the windows were of clear sugar.
I will eat a bit of the roof, and you, Gretel, can eat some of the window.
Suddenly the door opened, and a woman as old as the hills, who supported herself on crutches, came creeping out.
She took them by the hand and led them into her little house. Good food was set before them.
But the old woman was a wicked witch. Early in the morning, she seized Hansel with her shriveled... She forced character in image 1, Gretel, to fetch water and cook good food for her brother. Hansel stretched out a little bone to her, and the old woman, who had dim eyes, thought it was Hansel's finger. 4 weeks passed. The old woman lost patience. She pushed poor Gretel out to the oven, from which flame...
I do not know how I am to do it. How do I get in? Silly goose. The door is big enough. Just look. I can get in myself.
Then character in image 1 gave her a push that drove her far into it, and shut the iron door, and fastened the bolt.
Hansel, we are saved. The old witch is dead.
They went into character in image 1, the witch's house, and in every corner there stood chests full of pearls and jewels.
When they had walked for a few hours, they arrived at a great body of water.
Here comes a white duck.
The good little duck took them on his back and carried them safely across.
They saw their father's house. Then they began to run, rushed into
the parlor.
The man had not known one happy hour since he had left the children in the forest. The woman, however, was dead.
Character in image 1 emptied her pinafore until pearls and precious stones ran about the room. Then